Thanks for tuning in to Spuds TV this afternoon for this doubleheader action here at Jim Goda Stadium. I'm Thomas Fox, and the Moorhead Spuds welcome the Bemidji Lumberjacks, who recently lost to Proctor 5-2. So Bemidji looks to get their first win of the season here this afternoon. Meanwhile, for the Spuds, their recent game was a loss against the Brainerd Warriors 14-3, and hopefully Moorhead can get back on the right track here in this doubleheader. This is game one of this doubleheader today. And a few X factors going into this game. Taylor Brewski, who went 3 for 4 in the loss, hopefully looks to stay hot against Bemidji. And let's take a look at the pitching matchup for today. For the Moorhead Spuds, it'll be Avery Babolian back on the mound. She got beat up by the Brainerd Warriors, and she is hoping that she can have a bounce-back game. Meanwhile, for the Bemidji Lumberjacks, Aaliyah Shogren will be dealing against the Moorhead hitters. And that'll do it for this brief pregame show. We'll have the national anthem and starting lineups for game one of this doubleheader here on Spuds TV, presented by Muscatel Subaru.
the visiting Lumberjacks of Bemidji High School and our Spuds of Moorhead Senior High School. Just a reminder that the restrooms are available in the building directly west of the main bleachers here at Hamras Field and Jim Goda Stadium. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineups for both ball clubs. First, for the visiting Lumberjacks of Bemidji High School. Leading off and doing the catching, number 5, Beth Bolte. Shortstop, number 3, Sammy Nisler. Batting third, first baseman, number 10, Elizabeth Oster. Batting cleanup, center fielder, number 16, Easy Nito. The pitcher, number 14, Alea Sjogren. At third base, number 12, Audrey Nito. The Lumberjack designated player, number 13, Annika Nelson. Playing in right field at number 2, Addie Potratz. The left fielder, number 21, Maddie Nisler. And at second base, number 4, Matea Matterud. Head coach of the Bemidji Lumberjacks, Mr. Takanen, along with the rest of the coaches, players, and staff of the Bemidji Lumberjacks High School Girls Fast Pitch Softball Team. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the home team on the scoreboard, your Spuds of Moorhead Senior High School. Leading off, playing third base, number 9, Alexa Kruger. Batting second, shortstop, number 6, Taylor Baruski. The first baseman, number 13, Taylor Cressa. Batting cleanup, playing right field, number 18, Madden Bogenreef. On the mound, number 17, Avery Babolian. Spuds catcher, number 12, Riley Spitzner. Designated player, number 5, Emily Anderson. At second base, number 2, Gracie Schroeder. Center field, number 4, Peyton Babolian. And playing flex, number 14, Carly Berg. The head coach of the Moorhead Spuds, Mr. Mitch Hansen, along with the rest of the coaches, players, and staff of the Moorhead High School Spuds High School Girls Fast Pitch Squad. It looks as if our flag is not put up as of yet, but we're still going to do the anthem. So if everybody could please rise. Actually, if you look over toward the west, you will see a flag high in the air above the old Moorhead School area. So try and locate the red, white, and blue, and we'll sing our national anthem. right, ladies and gentlemen, let's play Minnesota High School Girls Fast Pitch Softball from Hammerhouse Field at Jim Goda Stadium.
It is game time here at Moorhead High School. Let's go over the starting lineups for both squads, starting with the home team, the Moorhead Spuds. Leading off and playing third base, number 9, Alexa Kruger. Batting second, number 6, playing shortstop, Taylor Brewski, who had a big game against the Brainerd Warriors. Batting third and playing first base, number 13, Taylor Cresson. Middle of the order for the Spuds, number 18 and playing right field, Madden Bogenrafe. Batting fifth and who is in the circle this afternoon for the Spuds, number 17, Avery Babolian. Batting sixth and catching for the Spuds, Riley Spitzner, number 12. And Emily Anderson will be the designated hitter, and she'll be wearing number 5. Gracie Schroeder will be playing second base, as she's number 2. And the final 2 batters in the Moorhead lineup, Peyton Babolian, who is in center, and Carly Berg, who is the flex for the Spuds. First pitch of the game is a strike. Leading off for the Lumberjacks is Beth Bolte, the catcher. Here's the 0-1. Just a bit outside. Counts even at 1-1. Sammy Nisler, the shortstop for Bemidji, is on deck, and that is into center field for a base hit. And a good start for the Lumberjacks as Beth Bolte lines one towards the center fielder Peyton Babolian. Here's number 3, Sammy Nisler, the shortstop for the Lumberjacks, with Elizabeth Oster on deck. And she tried laying a bunt down, and it ends up backfiring as that's strike 1. Avery Babolian looking to have a bounce-back game after giving up 14 runs in her last outing. And she steps out of the box, which evens the count at 1-1. Bemidji hoping to get their hitting off on the right foot after only getting 2 runs against Proctor last week in their first game and their first loss of the new campaign. 1-2 count coming to Nisler. Bolte on first. And that's a ground ball in front of the pitcher Babolian, no throw. And Sammy Nisler is aboard on a chop single, an infield single for Sammy Nisler, and the Lumberjacks are threatening. And they look to do some damage with Elizabeth Oster, the first baseman for the Lumberjacks. And the rest of the lineup for the Lumberjacks, Izzy Neto playing center field. Aaliyah Sjogren will be in the circle for Bemidji, followed by Audrey Neto, who is playing third. Then it's Annika Nelson, the designated hitter, number 13. Then it's Addie Poltratz, the right fielder, number 2. And then Maddie Nisler, number 21, playing left field. And that's a strike to Elizabeth Oster. And back to the end of the Bemidji lineup, it'll be Matea Maltrud, the flex, number 41. And it's strike 2 as Oster takes one down the middle. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Bobolian strikes her out for out number 1. Here's Izzy Neto, a dangerous hitter for the Lumberjacks, with Beth Bolte in scoring position. And a good take from Neto, as it's now 1 ball and no strikes. And that is high, and the runners stay put, as it's now 2-0 on Izzy Neto. Here's the 2-0 to Izzy Neto. Swing and a miss. Good pitch from Bobolian. Two balls, 1 strike to Neto. And that is another pitch that is high. And these were some of the struggles from Avery Bobolian in last week's loss for the Spuds. Brainerd really took advantage of taking any pitch that they can, and that ball is high in the air to center. Bobolian is under it, Peyton Bobolian, and the runners will tag. So a sacrifice fly for Izzy Neto, and now both runners move into scoring position with 2 gone here in the first.
The 2-way batting for the Jacks, pitcher number 14, Alea Shogren.
Here's Alea Shogren. Chance to put Bemidji on the board, and she takes one down and low. Bobolian off to a much better start than last week, as that one is out of the zone. 2 balls, no strikes. And that one is another ball, so it's a 3-0 count. And the Spuds are in danger of loading the bases, with Audrey Neto on deck, the third baseman for the Lumberjacks. Here's the 3-0 from Bobolian, and she gets back into the count with a strike down the middle. Infielders ready. Here's the 3-1. Chopped to the right side, and that is the first baseman, Taylor Cresson, as she puts away Alea Shogren to end the inning. And no score through half an inning here at Moorhead High School. Spuds due up next.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
No score through half an inning here at Moorhead High School. It is 0-0 on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard, but the Spuds hope to break that 0-0 score and hope to get their offense on the right track as they were held to 3 runs last week after some great pitching by Brainerd's pitcher Maya Tauges, who struck out 7 Moorhead batters. And for Bemidji, it'll be Alea Shogren, who grounded out to Taylor Crescent to end Brainerd's top half of the first. We'll see how good she does for the Lumberjacks, as she will face the Spuds' top of the order, Alexa Kruger, Taylor Bruschi, and Taylor Crescent. Taylor Bruschi, a dangerous hitter, as she hopes to stay hot in this game, as she had 3 singles in the loss last week. And here's an outlook on Bemidji's outfield. Beth Bolte will be the catcher, Sammy Nisler the shortstop, Elizabeth Oster the first baseman, Izzy Neto the center fielder, Alea Shogren, of course, the pitcher. Audrey Neto will be at third. Annika Nelson will be the DH. Addie Polretz will be the right fielder. Maddie Nisler will be in left. And Matea Maltrud will be the flex. Bemidji had a great opportunity to get on the board, but Avery Babolian found her groove as the Spuds left 2 runners on base. Kruger fouls one back. And that's grounded foul. Still an 0-2 count now against Alexa Kruger, the third baseman for the Spuds. She went 0 for 3 last week, as she struck out in all of her 3 at-bats. And a good take from Kruger, as it's now 1-2. Alea Shogren looking to get off to a good start against the Spuds leadoff batter. And Kruger fouls one backwards. Good contact from Alexa Kruger as she stays alive in the count. A beautiful day here in Moorhead, Minnesota. 49 degrees, and that is into... It looked like it was going to sail over the head of Matea Maltrud, but she was able to make the catch for out number 1.
Shortstop number 6, Taylor Bruschi.
Here's Taylor Bruschi. And strike right down the middle, taken by Taylor Bruschi. Here's the 0-1. Popped up. This should be playable, and it will be caught for out number 2. Sammy Nisler making the catch to put away Taylor Bruschi. Here's Taylor Crescent. So 2 quick outs for Alea Shogren. And she pitches low for ball 1. And she went early there as it's dribbled foul.
So last week, first game of the season, classic thing. Numbers were swapped for Nisler and for Maltrud, 3 and 4. was announced as such by the public address announcer when Sammy Nisler batted for the second time of the day, and I was like, wait a minute, that's Sammy Nisler, but it was announced as Mateo Maltrud batting.
Here's the 1-1, and it's high. Taylor Crescent now is ahead of the count. And Crescent fouls one back. That's now 2-2. Taylor Crescent got on base in each of her at-bats. She had, as a matter of fact, 3 singles. So we all know she is a very good hitter as she takes one high again, which will make it a full count. Crescent looking to keep the inning alive for the Spuds. Payoff pitch. And off speed, got her swinging. A beautiful pitch from Alea Sjogren, and that ends the inning. We head to the top of the second. No score on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard. Bemidji due up next.
Don't work out where you won't work out. Blueprint Personal Training. At Blueprint, you'll work directly with an experienced personal trainer and nutrition coach in our brand new private gym. Tell us about your fitness goals, and we'll provide the personalized workouts and motivation to get the results you want to see. Training, nutrition, accountability. Blueprint Personal Training. BlueprintFargo.com.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
We're back for the top of the second here of Game 1 of this doubleheader here at Moorhead High School on Spuds TV, presented by Muscatel Subaru. As the Spuds are able to get out of a jam in the first inning, giving up 2 hits to Beth Bolte and Sammy Nisler. But Avery Babolian was able to escape the inning unscathed. As she faces, as Avery Babolian faces Audrey Netto to begin the top of the second. Here's the pitch, and that is a strike. Good way to start the inning for Avery Babolian. And you can see Babolian is pitching with a lot more confidence here this afternoon as she pitches outside, which evens the count. Here's the 1-1. That is into right center. And Peyton Babolian will make the catch for out number 1. And it is bright out on the field, or I should say on the turf this afternoon. It is just a gorgeous day for softball. And not just softball, baseball too, as the boys team is also playing the Bemidji Lumberjacks at Matson Field. And their game should be starting any minute now, as Babolian pitches a ball. Here's Annika Nelson, the DH for the Lumberjacks. And that is grounded to Alexa Kruger. She'll throw to Crescent for out number 2. Here's Addie Potratz,
Right fielder number 2, Addie
the
Potratz.
right fielder for the Lumberjacks. And she takes one low. Bobolian looking to make it a 1-2-3 inning, and that is going to be fielded by Schroeder. Throw to Crescent is in time, and a 1-2-3 inning for Avery Bobolian, and she is dealing early in this game. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Bogenreif, Avery Bobolian, and Riley Spitzner are due up for Moorhead.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
We still have zeros on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard as we enter the bottom of the second inning here at Moorhead High School. As Madden Bogenreif digs in against Alea Sjogren.
The Spuds here in the bottom of the second inning. The cleanup batter, right fielder number 18, Madden Bogenreif.
Bogenreif getting on base last week as she went 1 for 3. 1 ball and no strikes to the Spuds right fielder. And she takes ball 2. A 1-2-3 inning for Alea Sjogren in the bottom of the first as she fires in a strike to Bogenreif, which makes it a 2-1 count. And time is called as on the other side of the field, the Bemidji Lumberjacks junior varsity team just hit a home run. As there are a few complications where JV and varsity have to share a field, and that is smoked. Deep center field, and that's in left field. From this angle, it looked like it was slicing towards the center field gap, but instead, it will drop right over the left fielder, Maddie Nisler's glove for a double for Madden Bogenreif. Almost caught by Nisler, but instead, Bogenreif is aboard, and that is a pop-up, and it'll be caught for out number 1 as Avery Bobolian is out number 1 here in the bottom of the second.
With one away, the Spuds catcher
one away here in the inning with a runner in scoring position. Here's Riley Spitzner, the catcher. Spuds with a golden opportunity here to strike, and that is another pop-up, which will be caught. A nice running catch made by the third baseman, Audrey Neto, who stumbled to the ground, and it looks like she's okay. A terrific effort by the Lumberjacks third baseman for out number 2. And it looks like the umpires are going to determine whether Looks like Bogenreif will advance. And Spitzner's out,
2 away, designated player
but
number 5.
Bogenreif is now 60 feet away. Now here's Emily Anderson, the DH for Moorhead. Now the scoring chance for the Spuds has gotten better. That is chopped foul to the left side. Now the umpires made a decision that Madden Bogenreif was able to advance after the catch made by Audrey Netto. And Anderson takes a ball. And that is a ground ball to the shortstop. To the shortstop, Nisler. Sammy Nisler makes the play to end the inning. So a scoring chance for the Spuds goes dry. And we head to the top of the third. Still zeros on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard. Bemidji due up.
To show up to work every day, it's not a job. It's not just a paycheck. It ultimately is a way of life. And to add that extra smile in someone's day is what gets me to work every day. And in return, to just receive those smiles and those thank yous or those squeezes of your hand is so meaningful. And it really brings me back every day.
It is still a 0-0 game here at Moorhead High School, as the Lumberjacks are up to bat as the right fielder for the Lumberjacks pops one foul. That is Addie Potratz, and she's in an 0-1 hole. Here's the 0-1, and fouled back. Hit towards some fans sitting in the bleachers. Count 0-2 now to Potratz, and she fouls one towards the Moorhead High track. And not some ideal benches because there's no actual softball field, but it doesn't matter as the football field works just fine as Potratz hits a soft liner to the pitcher Avery Babolian for out number 1.
With one away, the Lumberjacks leadoff batter, the catcher number 5, Beth Bolte.
Here is Beth Bolte, who started this game with a single and was able to reach third after a sac fly from Izzy Netto. And that pitch misses low. It is a 2-0 count now on the Lumberjacks catcher. Avery Babolian rocks and deals, popped up, and that will go towards the Lumberjacks bench. And it's now 2-1. And this outing so far from Avery Babolian, compared to last week, has been impressive. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Blew it right by Beth Bolte to even the count. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. She struck her out with a nice pitch. That is the first strikeout of the game for Avery Babolian.
With 2 away, batting for Bemidji.
2 gone here in the top of the third.
Shortstop number 3, Sammy Nisler.
Here's Sammy Nisler, who also had a single. It was an infield single, as she was able to beat the throw of Avery Babolian, who tried to make the play, and she takes a strike. Sammy Nisler, a very fast runner. As you can see, the infield is in for the Spuds, as they will try to field a possible bunt. And Nisler hits one foul. It'll be 0-2. And a home run is hit by the Spuds junior varsity team, as there'll be another stoppage in play. That is 2 home runs hit into the varsity playing field. Here's the 0-2. And Nisler takes one high. It'll be now 1-2. Bemidji hasn't had a base runner since the first inning, and it looked like that could have been an inning-ending strike. But instead it's an even count now at 2-2. Here's Babolian with the pitch, and a swinging bunt it looked like. That's fielded by Babolian, thrown to Crescent, and that will end the inning for the Spuds as they keep Bemidji off the board once again. Can the Lumberjacks do the same to the Spuds? We'll find out as the bottom of the third is around the corner.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantage.
It is still 0-0 on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard as we enter the bottom of the third here in game 1 of this doubleheader for Moorhead girls varsity fast pitch softball. Bottom of the order for the Spuds will get to hit in this inning as Gracie Schroeder, the second baseman, will get a chance to get on base. A very aggressive stance from Schroeder. Big cut and a miss. And she is behind in the count 0-1. Schroeder has got on base last game against Brainerd while also striking out. 0-2 count coming to the Spuds second baseman. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Schroeder goes down swinging as that was a heater from Aliyah Shogren, as that's her first strikeout of the contest.
Center fielder number 4, Peyton Babolian.
Here's Peyton Babolian, the sister of Avery Babolian. And Sjogren is looking very good in the circle today for Bemidji, as she has Babolian in an 0-1 hole that ends up getting even, as it's now 1-1. A slight breeze here in Moorhead, and that is going to be foul. Looked like it could have been played by Sammy Nisler, but it was slicing too far. It ends up being unplayable. That will be strike 2. Alexa Kruger is on deck. Here's the 1-2, and pitch is high. So it counts even at 2-2. Sjogren's pitch is outside, it looked like from here, as it's now a full count. It has been a pitcher's duel through these 3 innings. Babolian and Sjogren looking strong as Peyton Babolian hits one foul. As the count continues. 7th pitch of the at-bat on the way. Payoff pitch. And that is fouled back once again. So good contact being made by Peyton Babolian. And the 8th pitch of the at-bat about to happen. Sjogren ready. Here's the 3-2. And a good... Oh, no. It looked like it was a strike. The movement from the umpire looked like he was going to call Babolian out, but instead it missed the zone. So that'll be a walk for Peyton Babolian, and the Spuds have a base runner with 1 gone here in the bottom of the 3rd. And that is a ground ball to the third baseman, Audrey Netto, who couldn't make the play as she tried to get the force out at second. Instead, it's runners at first and second with 1 away. And a huge opportunity here for who seems to be the Spuds' best hitter, Taylor Bruschi. And that is high in the air to center, and that is going to be caught by the left fielder, Maddie Nisler. It looked like Izzy Netto had a play on it, but good job from Nisler making the play just in case, as Bruschi's retired. Taylor Crescent with a chance now. 2 out here in the bottom of the 3rd, and she takes the ball. Crescent struck out in her last at-bat. 2.5 innings of play, no score, and that is going to be foul. Counts even now at 1-1. Sjogren's pitch, and that is a ground ball that is not going to be played, and Peyton Babolian scores And it looks like it'll go as an error on the shortstop, Sammy Nisler, who couldn't make the play. And no, it looks like they're going to count it as a single, not an error.
Batting cleanup, right fielder number 18, Madden Bogenreed.
And swing and a miss, and Madden Bogenreif, who had a sky-high double into left field in her last at-bat, loses her bat as she swings and misses for strike one. And now it's 0-2 as she takes a strike. Sammy Nisler had an opportunity to end the inning, but it looks like Sjogren's going to have to do all the work herself as she strikes out Madden Bogenreif to get out of the inning. However, the Spuds strike first here this afternoon in Game 1 of this doubleheader. It is 1-0 Spuds through 3 as we head to the top of the fourth.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Ben wanted to spread the news with the help of an airplane. Jen thought we should celebrate by giving everyone a cake. And Eric wanted to make it into a movie.
$2 million.
Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
Top of the fourth action here at Moorhead High School. It is 1-0 Spuds as Moorhead was able to get an RBI single from Taylor Cresson as it was almost fielded by Bemidji's shortstop Sammy Nisler, but it wasn't able to be played. And Moorhead answers first here this afternoon as Bobolian rocks and deals with an 0-1 count. And Bemidji looking to get something going here. And Elizabeth Oster takes a strike. It is now a 2-1 count. Delivery on the way, and that is caught by Bobolian. Oh, my goodness. A line drive right into the glove of Avery Bobolian for out number one. I don't even think Bobolian knew that it was in her glove until she ended up looking in her glove. What a play by Avery Bobolian to get out number one as she starts ahead of the count as she gets Izzy Neto for strike one. And some off speed from Avery Bobolian ends up being out of the zone. One out so far here in the top of the fourth, as it's 1-0 on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard. And the pitch is high. A 2-1 count now. 2-1. Pitch is low in the turf. Lumberjacks really need to get their hitting going Here's the 3-1. Ground ball to the third baseman, Kruger. And a strong throw for out number 2. And another factor that is in the Spuds' favor, fielding wasn't their strongest highlight in last week's loss to Brainerd. But now it's looking much improved. And that one is hit foul towards the right side. As Aaliyah Sjogren is at the plate for the second time today. Swing and a miss. Behind in the count, 0-2. It has been a chess match this afternoon as Bebolian has Sjogren in an 0-2 hole, and a swing and a miss. Sjogren strikes out, and a terrific outing so far from Avery Bebolian. It is still 1-0 Spuds going into the bottom of the 4th here on Spuds TV, presented by Muscatel Subaru.
For good times and great food and drinks, gather your people and come visit us at Legends. You will love our wings, pulled pork, pizza, and other delicious items. Gluten-free and other special diets can be accommodated. We show all the major sporting events. If you are having a special event, take advantage of our event room and catering. Our catering is available for both delivery and pickup. Visit us today.
At Moorhead Dental Associates, you'll get the very best care and state-of-the-art technology. Dr. Scatfold and Dr. Johnson are now accepting new patients. Call or stop in to Moorhead Dental Associates.
1-0 Spuds as we enter the bottom of the 4th here at Moorhead High School. It has been a pitcher's duel indeed, as Aaliyah Sjogren has only given up 1 run so far, and she hopes to keep this strong outing going, as here in the bottom of the 4th she'll first face off against Avery Bebolian, who struck her out to end the top of the 4th. So hopefully a chance at redemption here for Aaliyah Sjogren. And that is hit in the air, shallow center, and it will be caught by Izzy Neto for out number 1. First pitch swing by Avery Bebolian. Good aggressive hitting from the Moorhead pitcher. Here's Riley Spitzner, who popped out to the third baseman Audrey Neto, who made a terrific catch, tumbling to the ground. Here's the pitch, and that is going to be foul. Could have been played, but it was slicing too fast. It is now 0-2 on Riley Spitzner, the catcher. It's starting to get a little cooler here in Moorhead as a few people are bundled up. Here's the 0-2, and a ground ball will be played for out number 2, as Sammy Nisler was able to make the play that time. A good redemption from Sammy Nisler, who bobbled the ball in the last inning. Here's Emily Anderson, who grounded out to the shortstop Nisler as she pops one up. Nisler will make the play. A 1-2-3 inning for Alea Sjogren, and her stellar outing continues. But the Moorhead Spuds still have the lead as we head to the top of the 5th here on Spuds TV, presented by Muscatel Subaru.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic, serving the FM community for over 9 years. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
We enter the top of the 5th inning here at Jim Goda Stadium in Moorhead, Minnesota. On the Moorhead High School campus, it is still 1-0 Spuds as Audrey Netto digs in against Avery Babolian, who has had a terrific outing this afternoon, as the count starts out at 1-0. Here's the 1-0, and a good pitch from Babolian as that's strike 1, which evens the count. Audrey Netto flew out to center field in her last at-bat, and ball skipping in the turf for ball 2. A little bit of a shaky start for Babolian in the first, but she has been able to do better throughout the rest of the game, and that is a fly out to the right fielder, Madden Bogenreif, for out number 1. And the Lumberjacks have been ice cold offensively, as they have not gotten a hit in the last 3 innings. Babolian has really kept these Lumberjacks in check as she faces Annika Nelson, who hits one foul. One out here in the top of the 5th. It is 1-0 Spuds on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard, and that is a good hit in to the glove of Taylor Bruschi for out number 2. Solid contact made by Nelson, but not hard enough to get into the outfield, as Bruschi was right there to make the play. Here's Addie Potratz, and almost got hit by that pitch from Avery Babolian, and it's now a 1-0 count. And that is some solid contact, shallow right, and it'll be caught by the second baseman, Gracie Schroeder. Another 1-2-3 inning. Avery Babolian has been hitless in the last 4 innings. It is still 1-0 Spuds as we enter the bottom of the 5th inning here on Spuds TV. Low-scoring affair here at Jim Goda Stadium here this afternoon, as it has been mainly a pitcher's duel between Moorhead's Avery Babolian and Bemidji's Alea Sjogren. We'll see if there's going to be some more offense from either side as Gracie Schroeder digs in for her second at-bat of the game. She struck out in her last at-bat. Alea Sjogren with 3 strikeouts in her outing today, and a big cut and a miss from Gracie Schroeder. As the count's now 1-1. And good pitch that just misses the zone, 2-1. And a ground ball that is foul. So for Alea Sjogren, she has 3 strikeouts and a walk. So overall, a pretty solid outing for Bemidji's pitcher. And the dog out there didn't run the ball down, apparently. And 2-2 pitch is just out of the zone. A lot of dogs here to watch some softball. Payoff pitch, and that is fouled back. So maybe if there is a home run or two, maybe some of the dogs can run those balls down. That would be a sight to see, no question about it. 3-2 to Schroeder, and that is a base hit into right field. Good piece of hitting from Gracie Schroeder as she stayed in the count. A payoff pitch and an opposite field single for the Spuds second baseman to start the bottom of the 5th.
For Moorhead, number 4, Peyton Babolia.
Moorhead going to get back in business here with a runner aboard to start this bottom of the 5th inning. Now it's Peyton Babolian who walked
and Peyton Babolian tried to lay a bunt down, and it was almost caught by Audrey Netto, the third baseman, who was playing in. Peyton Babolian will try to bunt again. This time it's out of play for a foul once again. So any attempt at a bunt will be a strikeout if it goes foul. So Babolian has to decide, and she'll take. Good take from Peyton Babolian as it's now 1-2. Despite the low score, the Spuds have really done a good job at making contact, but not that time, as Peyton Babolian is strikeout number 4 for Alea Sjogren.
With 1 away, batting for Moorhead, the leadoff batter and third baseman, number 9.
Here's Alexa Kruger, who is 1 for 2 here this afternoon in Game 1. Had a single in her last at-bat, and pitches in the turf, and Gracie Schroeder takes second base. And now the Spuds threatening for the first time in a while. As offense has been a rarity. And pitch outside. It looked like Schroeder wanted to try to take third, but she stays put. Bemidji looking for anything to get out of this jam that they are in. Here's the pitch to Kruger, and it'll be ball 3 to Alexa Kruger. It'll be a 3-0 count to Alexa Kruger, and Alea Sjogren is really going to have to get her A game going, and she does. For the first strike of the at-bat, it is now 3-1 on Alexa Kruger. Schroeder in scoring position for the Spuds. Here's the pitch to Kruger, and that's a base hit into center field. Here comes the run home to score, and it is 2-0 Spuds as Alexa Kruger delivers. She is 2 for 3 with an RBI. Matter of fact, that is her second RBI of the game. And nope, it looks like that's Alexa Kruger's first RBI of the game. So Alexa Kruger and Taylor Cresson both have an RBI, with Taylor Bruschi coming to the plate. And runner goes, throw down. That is going to skip in the turf. And now it's Alexa Kruger who's in scoring position. And it'll be 1-0 on Taylor Bruschi. And good take as it's now 2-0. Here's Sjogren's delivery. Ground ball to the right side. No play. Here comes Kruger to the plate. And it is 3-0 Spuds. So a tough play out near the right side. And that allowed Alexa Kruger to race home. And now the Spuds starting to chip away at Alea Sjogren's gem of an outing.
The first baseman, number 13.
And here's Taylor Cresson, who has an RBI. Runner takes off. Throw down in time. A bullet from Beth Bolte. And a great tag made. And the threat is neutralized as there is now nobody on base. And that is popped up. This should do it. And it's dropped. It is dropped by Audrey Netto. A chance to get out of the inning. But the sun was in her eyes, I think, as it is beaming down hard here this afternoon. A 2-strike count now on Taylor Cresson. And that is a hard hit off the glove of Sjogren and safe. And Taylor Cresson using her speed to keep the inning going for the Spuds.
With 2 outs, batting cleanup for the Spuds.
And here's Madden Bogenreif, who struck out in her last at-bat, but had a double in her first at-bat of the game, which is almost a home run, but seemed like the wind may have took it. but I guess we'll never know as she fouls one back to make it an 0-1 count.
Infield single there from Crescent. Again, just a little bit toward the hole. Nisler covered it pretty well, but with the way that
And that's a ball, and that evens the count at 1-1.
Bottom of 5, key point in this game. Much like in the third, Moorhead going from bottom to top of the order, able to get runs out of it. 2 this time to lead 3-0.
Here's the pitch on the way, ground ball, and through the hole. That will sneak past both Sammy Nisler and the second baseman. I'm trying to find her name on the stat sheet. It doesn't matter. I was able to sneak past both middle infielders. And the inning continues with runners at first and second. And Babolian takes a strike.
She fouled out to first back in the second inning and then flew out an inning ago to center field. Inning extending though a little bit here for
Moorhead definitely getting confidence with the bats, and that is a pop-up. And it will be played by Sammy Nisler, and that will do it for the Spuds. But they get 2 runs in the inning. RBIs from Alexa Kruger and Taylor Bruschi. It is 3-0 Spuds as we head to the top of the 6th here on Spuds TV.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
It is 3-0 Spuds as we enter the top of the 6th here at Jim Goda Stadium. Avery Babolian pitching a gem so far as she looks to keep it going against the Bemidji Lumberjacks. Here's Maddie Nisler. And it looks like Maddie Nisler got hit there in her first at-bat of the game. So the first at-bat for Maddie Nisler is a hit by pitch, and Bemidji has a base runner to start the 6th, and that is hit fouled. Pulled towards the left side by Alexa Kruger. And Beth Bolte is 1 for 2. Striking out in her last at-bat. She has a single in this game to start this game, and she tries bunting, and that ends up backfiring as it goes towards the train tracks that are behind the press box here at Jim Goda Stadium. No balls, 2 strikes to Beth Bolte, and that pitch is low. It'll be ball 1. 1-2 count on Beth Bolte. Runner on first, nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Babolian with the pitch, and that's inside for ball 2. Sammy Nisler is on deck for the Lumberjacks. Let's see if the top of the order can get something going. And called strike 3. Beth Bolte goes down on strikes. And there's one away here in the top of the 6th. A good answer from Avery Babolian, who ended up hitting Maddie Nisler to start the inning.
Shortstop number 3, Sammy Nisler.
And Sammy Nisler, who we've seen has very good speed on the base pass, and that's a swinging bunt towards the right side, and she's tagged out. But her sister Maddie Nisler advances into scoring position. So the Lumberjacks with a scoring opportunity with 2 out.
With 2 away batting for the Lumberjacks, the first baseman number 10, Elizabeth Oster.
Here's Elizabeth Oster, who is 0 for 2. But a chance to put Bemidji on the board. Here's Babolian with the pitch, and that is a ground ball that is going to be off of Oster, so it'll be foul. Elizabeth Oster had a sharp line drive, like it was a bullet, right into the glove of Avery Babolian. And a swing and a miss. And no, it looked like it was a foul tip that ended up getting away from the Moorhead catcher Riley Spitzner. A 2-strike count now to Elizabeth Oster. Here it comes, and pitch is high, so it'll now be 1-2. Avery Babolian has been unpredictable with her pitches, which is why she's been so tough to hit here this afternoon. Bounce back performance for her, and that is going to be caught by the second baseman, Gracie Schroeder, to end the inning. So a brief threat is put away by Moorhead's pitcher, Avery Babolian, who is still pitching a gem here. No runs for her. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It is 3-0 Spuds.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Bottom of the 6th inning here between the Bemidji Lumberjacks and the Moorhead Spuds. It is 3-0 Moorhead as the Spuds are able to get after Bemidji pitcher Alea Sjogren, racking up 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning as Riley Spitzner digs in. She's 0 for 2 this afternoon, and she takes one high. Alea Sjogren looking to get back on track here after giving up 2 runs in the last inning. And it'll now be a 1-1 count. Even count now to Spitzner, which is popped up and put away for out number 1. Caught by the first baseman, Elizabeth Oster. Here's Emily Anderson. who is also 0 for 2 with a ground out and a pop-up. And a good take from Anderson as that's ball 1. And that is pulled to the left side towards the bleachers and foul. For strike 1. Last time the Lumberjacks were on the field, Audrey Netto had a chance to secure an out that would have gotten the Lumberjacks out of the inning sooner, but the sun was in Audrey Netto's eyes and she couldn't make the play, as that one is fouled back by Emily Anderson for strike 2. Sjogren's done pretty good this afternoon despite giving up some recent runs. She has 4 strikeouts and has only given up 1 walk. So her location hasn't been really an issue. Moorhead has just been able to take advantage and get some hits. And speaking of that, that is fouled back into the bleachers, which will keep Emily Anderson in the count. And it looks like the JV teams are getting ready for game 2. 3-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss. Sjogren strikes out Anderson. Strikeout number 5 for Alea Sjogren. And no, it's a foul tip. And Anderson's still in the count. And it's popped up. And it will be unplayable as that's off the bleachers. Payoff pitch to Anderson. And another pop-up. This could be playable, and it is. Nice basket catch made by Audrey Netto, who makes up for her error in the last inning. And no, like from this angle, it looked like she made the catch, but and she stepped on the track, so that means it is out of play. The at-bat will continue, and Anderson still fighting in the count as she fouls one out of play. Anderson still able to make contact. Another payoff pitch on the way. Beautiful pitch from Alea Sjogren. Some off-speed action, and that's strikeout number 6 for Bemidji's pitcher.
With two-way batting for Moorhead, the second baseman, number 2, Gracie Schroeder.
Terrific pitch by Sjogren, mixing the speed up, and Anderson camping on it, waiting and holding off.
And Schroeder with a little pop fly. It'll be caught to end the inning. And a pretty good inning from Alea Sjogren, as she has 5 strikeouts now in the game. Let's see if the Bemidji Lumberjacks can get their bats going. We'll find out here in the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th here at Jim Goda Stadium. It is 3-0 Spuds, and Bemidji with one more chance to get something going as Izzy Neto digs in. Avery Babolian has been untouchable, quite literally, as she has not given up a hit since the first inning, where she gave up 2 singles to the leadoff hitter Beth Bolte and the second hitter Sammy Nisler. So Babolian has really found her groove. And a strike from Babolian. A 2-1 count. And it just goes to show that Bemidji has really struggled with the bats here at the start of the season, as they only got 2 runs in their loss against Proctor, and they can't get anything here against Moorhead and Avery Babolian. 3 balls and a strike, and fouled back. And Avery Babolian is not new to full counts, as she's had a lot of them in this game. Here comes the payoff, and that skips in the turf for ball 4. That'll be the the second walk of the game given up by Babolian. Other than that, she has been solid.
Pitcher number 14, Alea Sjogren.
Here's Alea Sjogren, who struck out in her last at-bat. And Sjogren takes a strike. And her first at-bat, Alea Sjogren grounded out to first. So she has made contact against her enemy, so to speak, here this afternoon in Avery Babolian. Bemidji looking to create another scoring opportunity and throw to first. That's going to get away from the first baseman, Crescent. Throw down in time. Taylor Crescent gunning down Izzy Neto. And a disastrous turn of events for the Lumberjacks, as they now have nobody on base. And now their chances are dwindling even more. Out number 1 of the top of the 7th. And that ball gets away from Riley Spitzner. A 2-2 count. Some aggressive base running from Izzy Neto, but Taylor Crescent able to gun her down. And that is a slow ground ball to Babolian. Throw down and safe, as it's off the glove of Taylor Crescent, and the Lumberjacks are able to get their runner back, as there will be an error on Taylor Crescent, as she could not secure the out. Oh my goodness. And we are talking about a disastrous turn of events for Bemidji, and now Moorhead is getting the same treatment, as Bemidji's right back to how they started here in the top of the 7th with the runner on first. Here's Audrey Neto, who has made decent contact despite being 0 for 2. Last chance for the Lumberjacks, and that is a strike from Babolian. Annika Nelson is on deck. Here's the pitch. That is high. Almost a wild pitch from Babolian. 1 ball, 1 strike to Audrey Netto. Alea Sjogren is at first. And swing and a miss. Fouled in. Almost looked like it got fouled into the glove of Riley Spitzner, but it squirted away. Still strike 2. Here's the 1-2. That is in the turf. An even count to Audrey Netto. Bemidji down to their final strike. The 2-2 from Babolian. And that is grounded off the foot of Audrey Netto, and the at-bat continues. Three 0 lead for the Spuds on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard. Here's the delivery. Swing and a miss. Babolian strikes her out. And that'll be out number 2.
Designated player number 13, Annika Nelson.
Here's Annika Nelson. Strikeout number 5 for Babolian. She is dealing. And that's in the turf for ball 1. Annika Nelson grounded out to first in the second. And a swing and a miss from Annika Nelson for strike 2. Now Bemidji is down to their final out. Here's the 0-2. That is high. At bat continues. Good take from Annika Nelson. Here's the pitch. That is popped up on the infield. Who's got it? It will be dropped. Oh my goodness. Nobody was calling for it, and a disastrous mistake as the tying run is going to come to the plate for the Lumberjacks. A disastrous error that could have ended the game, but instead the 7th inning continues for the Lumberjacks. And it looked like Brewski and Kruger had the best shot at it, but nobody called for it. And first pitch in there for a strike against Addie Poltratz.
Just waiting for that to be fully snared there. I think some of the Spud players thought it had been caught, but that ball suddenly bottled down amidst the crowd of them. 0-1 to Potratz.
And that is fouled back. Bemidji down to their last strike, as it's now an 0-2 count on Addie Potratz. Babolian looking to get out of this jam. Babolian rocks and deals, and that is just a bit outside. 1-2 count on Addie Potratz. Tying run is at the plate. Here's the delivery, and that is a ground ball up the right side. That should be playable, and that will do it. The Moorhead Spuds win game 1 of this doubleheader as they win it 3-0 behind fantastic pitching by Avery Babolian and a very interesting game, as there have been opportunities where each team could have gotten out of the inning, But something interesting then happens, as we've seen here in the top of the 7th. We're going to get ready for Game 2. Stay tuned here on Spuds TV. We'll be back in a few moments.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
Don't work out where you won't work out. Blueprint Personal Training. At Blueprint, you'll work directly with an experienced personal trainer and nutrition coach in our brand new private gym. Tell us about your fitness goals, and we'll provide the personalized workouts and motivation to get the results you want to see. Training, nutrition, accountability. Blueprint Personal Training. BlueprintFargo.com.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
To show up to work every day, it's not a job. It's not just a paycheck. It ultimately is a way of life. And to add that extra smile in someone's day is what gets me to work every day, and in return to just receive those smiles and those thank yous or those squeezes of your hand is so meaningful, and it really brings me back every day.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Ben wanted to spread the news with the help of an airplane. Jen thought we should celebrate by giving everyone a cake. And Eric wanted to make it into a movie.
$2 million.
Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
For good times and great food and drinks, gather your people and come visit us at Legends. You will love our wings, pulled pork, pizza, and other delicious items. Gluten-free and other special diets can be accommodated. We show all the major sporting events. If you are having a special event, take advantage of our event room and catering. Our catering is available for both delivery and pickup. Visit us today.
At Moorhead Dental Associates, you'll get the very best care and state-of-the-art technology. Dr. Scatfold and Dr. Johnson are now accepting new patients. Call or stop in to Moorhead Dental Associates. Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic, serving the FM community for over 9 years. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
Don't work out where you won't work out. Blueprint Personal Training. At Blueprint, you'll work directly with an experienced personal trainer and nutrition coach in our brand new private gym. Tell us about your fitness goals, and we'll provide the personalized workouts and motivation to get the results you want to see. Training, nutrition, accountability. Blueprint Personal Training. BlueprintFargo.com.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
To show up to work every day, it's not a job. It's not just a paycheck. It ultimately is a way of life. And to add that extra smile in someone's day is what gets me to work every day. And in return, to just receive those smiles and those thank yous or those squeezes of your hand is so meaningful. And it really brings me back every day.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Ben wanted to spread the news with the help of an airplane. Jen thought we should celebrate by giving everyone a cake. And Eric wanted to make it into a movie.
$2 million.
Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
For good times and great food and drinks, gather your people and come visit us at Legends. You will love our wings, pulled pork, pizza, and other delicious items. Gluten-free and other special diets can be accommodated. We show all the major sporting events. If you are having a special event, take advantage of our event room and catering. Our catering is available for both delivery and pickup. Visit us today.
At Moorhead Dental Associates, you'll get the very best care and state-of-the-art technology. Dr. Scatfold and Dr. Johnson are now accepting new patients. Call or stop in to Moorhead Dental Associates. Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Serving the FM community for over 9 years. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes, offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
Don't work out where you won't work out. Blueprint Personal Training. At Blueprint, you'll work directly with an experienced personal trainer and nutrition coach in our brand new private gym. Tell us about your fitness goals, and we'll provide the personalized workouts and motivation to get the results you want to see. Training, nutrition, accountability. Blueprint Personal Training. BlueprintFargo.com.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
To show up to work every day, it's not a job. It's not just a paycheck. It ultimately is a way of life. And to add that extra smile in someone's day is what gets me to work every day. And in return, to just receive those smiles and those thank yous or those squeezes of your hand is so meaningful. And it really brings me back every day.
Welcome to Game 2 of this doubleheader here at Moorhead High School between the Bemidji Lumberjacks and the Moorhead Spuds. I'm Thomas Fox as we get underway with game number 2 as there is a foul ball from Beth Bolte. Here comes the 0-1, and it's a strike. So an 0-2 count now on Beth Bolte. That is pulled foul towards the seats. New pitcher in the circle for Moorhead. It will be Kelsey Clute, as Avery Babolian is done for the rest of the day, as she pitched a beautiful game. Shutout the entire Bemidji Lumberjacks lineup, as that's a ball from Kelsey Clute as she looks to put away Beth Bolte to start game 2. And that's also high. Here's the pitch from Clute, and that is over the catcher Spitzner, and it'll be a full count on Beth Bolte. Avery Babolian racking up 5 strikeouts in her win in game 1, and that's a walk given up by Kelsey Clute. Bemidji starts game 2 with a base runner.
Batting second for Bemidji, the shortstop number 3, Sammy Nisler.
Here's Sammy Nisler. Infield in for the Spuds. And that gets away, and Bolte will take second, as that gets over the catcher Spitzner for a wild pitch. And Bemidji has a runner in scoring position early in the first. Infield in once again for the Spuds. 1-0 delivery from Clute, and that also gets away. Beth Bolte advances to third now, and she's 60 feet away from scoring the first run of this doubleheader for Bemidji. And Kelsey Clute is having a hard time finding the strike zone early on. Here is the 2-0, and that is a strike. So now the count is at 2-1. And that is going to be foul as Nisler tried to do a swinging bunt. Instead, it's an even count now at 2-2. Runner at third for Bemidji. Kelsey Clute looking to get out of this jam. And that skips in the turf for ball 3. Good job from Spitzner in making sure it didn't go any further away so that Bolte could have a chance to score. Instead, it's a full count to Nisler. And a strike 3 called. Sammy Nisler goes down on strikes. And that's out number 1 of game 2. And the first strikeout of the game for Kelsey Clute.
With one away, batting for the Jacks, first baseman number 10, Elizabeth Oster.
Here's Elizabeth Oster now, the first baseman for the Lumberjacks. Swing and a miss. Good start to the count for Kelsey Clute, as it's now 0-1 on the Lumberjacks first baseman. Still a runner at third, as that one is fouled back. Now it looks like Kelsey Clute is finding the zone after a few wild pitches that advanced Beth Bolte all the way to third base. Here's the 0-2. That is in the turf, but a good block by Riley Spitzner. The 1-2 on the way, and it's pulled foul towards Kruger. And out of play. In game 1, Elizabeth Oster went 0 for 3, striking out once and hit the ball hard twice, but could not get on base as she fouls one back. Here's the 1-2. That is high, which evens the count. A pretty good battle here between Oster and Clute. Here's the 2-2 and a swing and a miss. Kelsey Clute gets her second strikeout, and there's 2 gone in the first.
With 2 away, the Lumberjack cleanup batter, center fielder number 16, Izzy Neto.
Here's Izzy Neto, the Lumberjacks center fielder. And a good take as that's ball 1. Kelsey Clute checking the wrist. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Swing and a miss. Straight gas from Kelsey Clute, which evens the count at 1-1. Runner still 60 feet away. And that's fouled back. Izzy Neto trying to catch up to the heater of Kelsey Clute. 1-2 count. That is a bullet into center field. That's a base hit. And a run will score. That is Beth Bolte, and it's 1-0 Bemidji here in the first on an RBI single by Izzy Netto. And the Lumberjacks finally get some insurance after getting shut out by Avery Babolian in Game 1. And here's Izzy Netto's sister, Audrey Netto, first baseman for the Lumberjacks. Izzy Netto at first. And that is chopped foul. Bemidji finally getting some confidence with the bats here in the first inning, and that one is chopped foul. So it'll be a 2-strike count on Audrey Netto. Here's the pitch, and that's in the turf for a ball. Two-strike pitch on the way, and that's a bullet into center field, and a diving catch made by Peyton Babolian. Flashing some leather here in the top half of the first to stop the bleeding. Bemidji only gets one. The bottom of the first is around the corner. Spuds due up. 1-0 Bemidji. It is 1-0 Lumberjacks as we enter the bottom of the first here of Game 2 of this doubleheader here at Moorhead High School at Jim Goda Stadium. Spuds looking to answer back after the Lumberjacks were able to get their first run of this doubleheader on an RBI single by Izzy Netto. In the circle for the Lumberjacks
Moorhead here in the bottom of the first inning. Third baseman number 9, Alexa
is
Kruger.
Number 14 for the Lumberjacks. As that one's into the gap in right center field. Not enough time to say the pitcher's name as Alexa Kruger is digging for third, and she'll have a leadoff triple. what a start for the Spuds, as on the first pitch, Alexa Kruger goes opposite field, and just like that, Moorhead has a runner in scoring position. Just like that, as Taylor Bruschi digs in. And she takes a ball. And that's a laser into left center. That's going to get down and scoot towards the wall. Kruger comes home. Bruschi's thinking third. Ball is dropped in the outfield. Back-to-back three-baggers for the Spuds. And it's tied at 1-1 here in the bottom of the first. The top of the order for the Spuds comes through to tie the game at 1, as they are starting to get after Bemidji's pitcher, Eka Sjogren. And here's Taylor Cresson, a chance to bring Taylor Bruschi to the plate. And that's into left field. Bruschi scores. 2-1 Moorhead. And 3 hitters in. Still nobody out. And the Spuds already have 2 runs on the board.
Right fielder number 18, Madden Bogenreef.
Here's Madden Bogenreif, who had a double in game 1 that almost got over the wall. Here's the 0-1. That is into left. Another hit for the Spuds. And something that they have not been able, they weren't able to do in the last 2 games. That against Brainerd and game 1 against Bemidji. Now they're starting to get a groove at the plate, as there's still nobody out with runners on first and second. And a 2-1 lead. Bunt laid down by Avery Babolian, and it's a good one, and the ball gets away. Throw is high. 1 run is in, and there's a stoppage in play, and it looks like only 1 run will come home to score. And no, it looks like both runs have scored. Yes, I was correct before. And it is now 4-1 as Avery Babolian advances to second after an errant throw
Number 12, Riley Spitzner.
by Eka Sjogren, the new pitcher for Bemidji. So both Taylor Crescent and Madden Bogenreif score. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first. And here's Riley Spitzner. That is fair. Down the left field line, Babolian scores, and it is on the track, so that means they'll be out of play, but it'll still be a double for Avery Babolian, and it is 5-1 Moorhead. And Riley Spitzner delivers. And head coach for, well, no, I think it's one of the assistant coaches, the pitcher's coach, is going to have a talk with Eka Shogren, who has given up 5 runs and has not recorded an out. Before we resume play, as we haven't been able to go over Game 2's starting lineups, as a new pitcher for Bemidji comes in. Starting lineups for the Spuds, for the top of the order for Moorhead, it's Alexa Kruger, Taylor Bruschi, Taylor Crescent, Madden Bogenreif, Avery Babolian, Riley Spitzner, Carly Berg, Addie Salvavold, Peyton Babolian, and Kelsey Clute. Meanwhile, for Bemidji, it's Beth Bolte, Sammy Nisler, Elizabeth Oster, Izzy Netto, Audrey Netto, Addie Potratz, Maya Schmidt, Maddie Nisler, Matea Maltrud, and Eka Shogren, who has been replaced by a new pitcher for Bemidji, it looks like. Can't seem to get a number, but we will find that out shortly. And looks like it's Maya Schmidt who is on the mound.
New pitcher for Bemidji, number 8, Maya Schmidt.
She will be replacing
left fielder number 14,
Aka Shogren. And that gets away. And looks like Moorhead will have a runner 60 feet away. And ball 1 to Carly Berg, and she lines one that is off the glove of Maddie Nisler. Maddie Nisler almost made the catch for the first out of the inning, but instead it pops out of her glove, and it is 6-1 Spuds.
Batting for Moorhead, second baseman number 16, Addie Salvavold.
Here's Addie Salvavold, the second baseman for the Spuds in Game 2, and she takes a strike. And that gets away. Another wild pitch as Berg advances to second. And oh, it looks like Salvavold got hit there as she advances to first. Still nobody out. And Bemidji is in a mess right now, and that's a ball outside.
Number 4,
as Peyton Babolian has a good take there. Maya Schmidt with the delivery, and the runners advance. Throw is bobbled, and the inning could potentially have more runs scored for the Spuds as the runners advance to second and third, and this has just been a nightmare for the Lumberjacks here in Game 2. That time, Maya Schmidt is able to find the zone for strike. Looks like number 1. And that is down in the zone. Another scoring opportunity for the Spuds, and that is through center field, and a base hit. 1 run is in. Bobolian to second with an RBI double, a hustle double from the Spud center fielder, Peyton Bobolian. It is 7-1.
The leadoff batter, third baseman number 9, Alexa Kruger.
Here's Alexa Kruger, who started this inning, believe it or not, with a triple. As this inning is still going, we have gone through the entire Spuds lineup as their bats have been red hot. Oh, 1 count to Alexa Kruger. And that's high in the zone for ball 1. And that is fouled back. 1-2 count for Maya Schmidt as she looks to get the first out of the inning. 7-1 Spuds on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard. Here's the delivery, and that is smoked into right center field, and that's going to find the gap, and it goes over the wall for a ground rule double. And that sends Addie Selvold and Peyton Bobolian home. And with that, it is 9-1 Spuds. It is an onslaught here in game 2, as there's still nobody out. And Alexa Kruger is just a home run and a single away from the cycle. And we're not even to inning number 2 yet.
Next up for Moorhead, the shortstop number 6.
Here's Taylor Bruschi, who also had a triple in this inning. And that is a ball as it's low in the zone. Here's the 1-0. That is chopped foul. It'll be a 1-1 count on Taylor Bruschi, the shortstop for the Spuds. And that is back to the pitcher Schmidt for the first out of the inning. But a run does score. Or no run didn't score. That is my bad on that one. I'm so used to having runners on base with how the Spuds have been hitting.
With 1 away batting,
but the Spuds still have a runner 60 feet away. As Taylor Crescent has a chance to make it 10-1. As she hacks at that one, fouled back. A 1. Soft grounder to the right side. A run scores. And it's 10-1 on an RBI ground out by Taylor Crescent.
2 outs for Moorhead. Coming to bat, cleanup batter, the right fielder number 18, Madden Bogenreif.
Here's Madden Bogenreif. Two outs here in the bottom of the first, and that sails high for ball 2. most recent update from boys baseball, the Lumberjacks were up 1-0 in the 5th inning. We still haven't got any future updates, but that was the most recent one as of right now. And that was in Game 1, as they are starting Game 2 at about the same time. As said before, we have no updates as of yet. Meanwhile, here's the pitch to Bogenreif, and that misses the zone. And that's fouled back. Lumberjacks have a chance to get out of the inning. Maya Schmidt with the delivery on the way. And that is smoked into left center field. And the inning continues as Bogenreif has herself a ground rule double. The hits just keep coming.
Batting for Moorhead, designated player number 17, Avery Babolian.
And here's Avery Babolian now, who had a base hit in her last at-bat, which was in this inning, as that pitch bounces off the catcher's mask of Beth Bolte. But a good job by keeping it in front of her, but it doesn't matter, as the Spuds have a runner 60 feet away, but it won't matter either because the inning is over. The Spuds put up 10 runs in the bottom of the first. As of right now, it is an onslaught here in Game 2. We'll be back in a few moments for the top of the second.
1989 Moorhead Spud Grand.
Ten to 1 Spuds. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Spuds put up 10 runs in the bottom of the first. It is the top of the second here of Game 2 of this doubleheader here at Jim Goda Stadium. Addie Potratz leads off this inning for Bemidji, facing Kelsey Clute. And a good pitch from Kelsey Clute, and that's strike one. And that skips away from the catcher Spitzner. That'll even the count. It has been all Spuds already, as that one is fouled back. One, two, and that is dribbled foul. Bemidji looking to get their bats going, as that's something they have had a struggle of in their first 2 games, including this one early on. And a swing and a miss. Kelsey Clute strikes her out. That is strikeout number 3 for Moorhead's pitcher.
Batting for the Jacks with 1 away, number 8, Maya Schmidt.
Potratz goes down on strikes for out number 1 here in the top of the second. Here's Maya Schmidt, who replaced Aka Sjogren back in the first as she takes a strike. The count's now even now at 1-1. That is a dribbler to the pitcher Clute, and that's out number 2. So 2 quick outs for Kelsey Clute. She's doing a pretty solid job here this evening in Game 2 of this doubleheader. And here's Maddie Nisler now. Swing and a miss. Good cut, but a better pitch from Clute. Here's the 0-1. And a ball outside. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Looked like she was a little in front of that, as it's now 1-2 on the Bemidji Lumberjacks center fielder. And a good take, which evens the count at 2-2. Maddie Nisler was hit by a pitch in her one and only at bat in Game 1. And she fouls that one back. So good at bat so far from Maddie Nisler. Kelsey Clute looking to get out of the top of the second with the pitch, and that skips in the turf for ball 3. Seventh pitch of the at-bat on the way. Here's the payoff. That is a little pop-up caught by Alexa Kruger to end the inning.
3 up and 3 down for Bemidji. Here in the top.
So Bemidji with a goose egg here in the top of the second. Moorhead is still up big, 10-1 going into the bottom of the second.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Ten to 1 Spuds on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard as we enter the bottom of the second of Game 2 of this doubleheader here this evening at Jim Goda Stadium. Riley Spitzner will lead off for the Spuds here in this second inning.
Leading things off here in the bottom half of inning number 2 for Moorhead. Catcher number 12, Riley Spitzner.
Almost every Moorhead Spud in Game 2, as a matter of fact, every Moorhead Spud in Game 2 has gotten a hit, or at least got on base. It's a 1-0 count early to Spitzner. Same pitch, same result, now 2-0. Here's the pitch, and a good one from Maya Schmidt for strike one. And that is fouled away. Carly Berg, the left fielder, on deck. That is hit well into right. Routine fly ball for Addie Potratz for out number 1.
With one away, the left fielder number 14, Carly Berg.
Here's Carly Berg. She takes one down and in. Here's the delivery. That sails high and off the backstop. And a good pitch from Maya Schmidt for strike 1. That's in the turf for ball 3. Bemidji just trying to get some motivation, and they won't get it there as that's a walk to Carly Berg, and she's aboard for the second time here in Game 2. Here's Addie Selvold now. Second baseman for the Spuds here in Game 2. That is outside for ball 1. Selvold, along with everyone else in the lineup, had a base hit as she takes a big cut and fouls one back out of play. Here's the 1-1, and throw back to first, not in time, as they tried to throw out Carly Berg at first. Leads to no avail. It's now a 2-1 count, and that is hit well. Looks like the wind may have gotten it, as it ends up being a routine fly ball for out number 2. caught by Izzy Neto.
With two away, the
Here's Peyton Babolian,
fielder number 4, Peyton
who had an RBI double back in the first inning. And that's in the turf for ball 1. And a strike that evens the count for Maya Schmidt as she looks to find her groove to get out of this bottom half of the second. And that's outside. Good take by Peyton Babolian. It's now a 2-1 count. Carly Berg still at first. 2 gone here in the second. That is in to left. And it'll be made. Catch is made by Audrey Neto to end the inning. Still a huge lead for Moorhead going into the third. It is 10-1 Spuds.
For the Moorhead spot.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and back-dragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss Snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
A huge lead for the Spuds going into the top of the third here of Game 2 of this doubleheader here this evening. Kelsey Clute pitching pretty well as she has racked up 3 strikeouts. And she's only given up 1 run. And she looks to continue this solid performance as she faces Matea Maltrud to begin the third, and that pitch is outside for ball 1. And a heater down the middle for strike 1. That evens the count. One pitch on the way from Kelsey Clute. And another one, same spot almost from Clute, and she now is ahead of the count. It is now 1-2 on Matea Maltrud. And half swing, and that's going to be foul. Maltrud tried to check her swing, but ball's in the way. Stays alive in the count, though. So a blessing in disguise almost. As that one sails high. Count's now even at 2-2. Spuds could make this a mercy rule if that rule is in effect. And a called strike 3. Maltrud goes down on strikes as she is out number 1 of inning number 3. Strikeout number 4 for Kelsey Clute.
Leadoff batter, catcher number 5, Beth Bolts.
And here's Beth Bolte now, who walked in her last at-bat. And she ended up being the only run of today so far for the Lumberjacks as she scored from first. throughout the top of the first, as Izzy Neto drove her home on an RBI single. There was a few wild pitches that led Beth Bolte to scoring position, as that one is out of the zone. Delivery on the way, and that one is down and in. That'll be ball 3 on Beth Bolte, the catcher. And that's inside, and she walked her. So there's one on for Bemidji, one out here in the top of the third. That will bring up Sammy Nisler.
Again with one away, shortstop number 3, Sammy Nisler.
Infield in for the Spuds. Brewski's still back in case the ball decides to Cariff, or if Bolte decides to steal. So Beth Bolte with 2 walks here in game 2. And Nisler fouls one away. That'll be strike 2. Nisler's obviously known for her speed. And a swinging bunt fielded by Kruger, and Nisler is retired for out number 2 as Kruger put her away, and Bolte advances into scoring position.
2 away, first baseman number 10, Elizabeth Oster.
Here's Elizabeth Oster, who struck out in her last at-bat. A chance to get some morale runs for the Lumberjacks, as they are still down big. And that pitch is high. Good job from Riley Spitzner by making sure that did not go off the backstop. Some great reflexes from the Spuds catcher, as it's now a 1-0 count to Oster. It's now 2-0 as that missed the zone. This has been a common trend for Spuds pitchers. Avery Babolian started out slow, but found her groove the rest of the way after the first inning. Same thing's been with Kelsey Clute, as she is now 1 strike away from ending this inning. Swing and a miss. And looks like there was 1 strike. Now she has a chance to get out of the inning with 1 strike, as it's now 2-2. Still a good pitch from Kelsey Clute, as the count's now even at 2-2. And that's out of the zone. Kelsey Clute has given up 2 walks, both to Beth Bolte, who's in scoring position. That is ripped into right, but right into the glove of the right fielder, Madden Bogenreif. That'll do it for the top of the third inning. Bemidji unable to get on the board, but they still have a lot of ground to cover as they're still down 10-1 going into the bottom of the third. Still 10-1 Spuds on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard going into the bottom of the third inning of Game 2. First three batters of this inning for Moorhead will be Alexa Kruger, Taylor Bruschi, and Taylor Cresson. Not just the top of the order, but the rest of basically the entire Spuds lineup has been involved in this onslaught of the Lumberjacks here in Game 2. As Alexa Kruger has both a triple and a double. We'll see if she hits for the cycle, and I think she can. And that one's low for ball one.
The Spuds leadoff batter, third baseman number 9, Alexa Kruger.
Kruger 2 for 2 here in Game 2. That one's high. 2-0 count. That's into right field. That will be over the head of the right fielder Potratz, and that'll go out of play as that goes onto the track, and she'll go back to second. So that will be considered a ground rule double. So 2 doubles for Alexa Kruger here in Game 2. 3 for 3
The shortstop, number 6,
is Alexa Kruger. She is on fire. And that gets away. Kruger takes advantage. She is now 60 feet away. One-0 delivery, and Bruschi with a big swing, but chopped foul. 1-1 count now to the Spuds shortstop. Kruger ready to run. And that one is up and in. 2-1 count now. And it's now 3-1. Good take from Taylor Bruschi. Taylor Cresson on deck. And Bruschi will be out as that is going to be caught by Sammy Nisler, as that was slicing out of play anyway.
With 1 out, batting 4.
So there's 1 gone here in the bottom of the third. Alexa Kruger still at third. And Taylor Cresson has a chance now to bring her home. Throw back, and that's going to sail over Audrey Neto's head, but Alexa Kruger decides not to go, and it was a smart decision. At the end of the day. So it's a 1-0 count now to Taylor Cresson. Pitch up in the zone. It's now 2-0. That is hit foul towards the bleachers. It's 2-1. Taylor Crescent with a single. And that is into left, slicing, and a nice catch made. But tagging and coming to the plate is Alexa Kruger. So a sac fly from Taylor Crescent makes it 11-1.
With two away, the cleanup batter, right fielder number 18, Madden Bogenreef.
Here's Madden Bogenreif. And a big cut by the Spuds right fielder, Madden Bogenreif, who has a single and a double. Pitch high and away. Maya Schmidt with the delivery. And that's a slow roller. Can she beat the throw? She can. No problem for Bogenreif. And the inning continues. So an infield single. And looked like I'm not sure what's going on here, but looked like the Lumberjacks defense was sleeping and didn't see that Bogenreif was taking second.
Designated player number 17, Avery Babolia.
So now Bogenreif, regardless of whatever happened there, is at second. And there's a discussion on the circle. As it looks like for the meantime, they might score that as either a single and an error or a double. And the umpires are having a discussion. And it looks like the home plate umpire is going to have a discussion with, I believe, the head coach of the Lumberjacks. And are they discussing possible mercy rule? And that might be what they're discussing. After all, mercy rule, as much as I can remember, goes to 10 runs or more, and it looks like they're going to continue play. As looks like a pinch hitter will come in for the Spuds. And it'll be Lily Heskin batting for, looks like Avery Babolian, and that one is foul. Here comes the 1-1 pitch now. And that's up in the zone. Another good take by the pinch hitter Heskin. As it's now 3-1. And that is swatted and caught by Audrey Neto to end the inning. Spuds get one on the board in this inning. We're 3 innings through game number 2. We head to the top of the 4th here on Spuds TV. It is 11-1 Spuds here in the top of the 4th. As a chance of a mercy rule is very high, especially with how Kelsey Clute is pitching. As she only has given up 1 run while striking out 4 batters. Here's Izzy Neto. Her second at-bat of the game. It's a 1-0 count. And that skips away for ball 2. Kelsey Clute in a 2-0 hole. She gets her to pop up. That will bounce over the Bemidji bench. And an update from game 1 of the boys baseball game against Bemidji. Game 1 was taken by the Spuds as they won 5-4 on a walk-off from Carter Heinch, who has a very bright future for baseball, as that one is fouled by Izzy Neto. That one skips in the turf for ball 3. And speaking of boys baseball, there will be a doubleheader streamed on Spuds TV at Matson Field. First game is at 11, and then the second game is scheduled at 3 o'clock. As of right now, those are the times, so this Saturday, if you can, tune in as Izzy Neto is able to get a base on balls.
Third baseman number 12, Audrey Neto.
Third walk given up by Kelsey Clute. As that's ball 1 to Audrey Neto. That is pulled to the left side. Kruger with a nice throw. And throw to second is not in time. But a terrific throw by Alexa Kruger to retire Audrey Neto.
for Bemidji with one away, number 11, Emily Jessen.
Looks like Bemidji has a pinch hitter in who swings and misses. That'll be Emily Hessen. And a big cut and a miss there, as it's now an 0-2 count on Bemidji's pinch hitter. And ball inside. It's now 1-2. And it looks like Emily Hessen is pinch hitting for Addie Potratz. Here's the 1-2. Grounded to left field for a base hit. Throw to third. And in time for the out. So that's out number 2. And a nice play in left field by Carly Berg. Gunning the runner down. That was a nice play by Carly Berg, the left fielder. And here's Maya Schmidt. The Lumberjacks had an opportunity to get some morale. Still have a shot now as that one is grounded and into the glove of Kelsey Clute for out number 3. That will retire the side for the Lumberjacks. We are through 3.5 here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. We head to the bottom of the 4th here on Spuds TV, presented by Muscatel Subaru. It is 11-1 Moorhead. (11-1) Spuds here in the bottom of the 4th, as Riley Spitzner will lead off here in this inning. Maya Schmidt she's done her job. Despite giving up a lot of runs, at times she has been pretty tough to hit against. As after that first inning, she's only given up 1 run. So it's safe to say that she's finding her mojo, as it's now 1-1 to Spitzner. And a good strike from Schmidt. It's now a 2-strike count on the Spuds catcher. Pop up in the infield for out number 1. It'll be caught by Matea Maltrud. Here's Carly Berg, who reached on a walk in her last at-bat. And she takes the ball down in the zone. And strike one. That one is off the plate and outside. So a 2-1 count now on Carly Berg. And that will be out of play over the Bemidji bench. That'll even the count, though, at 2-2. Swing and a miss. Berg strikes out. And Maya Schmidt has her first strikeout in her outing here in game 2. And Addie Salvoval digs in with 2 gone here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss. And Maya Schmidt is starting to find her rhythm here. And strike 2. Maya Schmidt is finding the zone a lot easy, like way easier now. And she is doing pretty well after that first inning disaster for both Bemidji pitchers. Swing and a foul off the backstop. That is pulled to the left side. So both Eka Sjogren and Maya Schmidt have been beat up, and all of that was in the first inning. And called strike 3. And Salvovold goes down on strikes to end the inning. We head to the top of the 5th. It is still Spuds 11, Bemidji 1 on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard. Top of the 5th here in game 2 of this doubleheader between the Spuds and the Lumberjacks. And Kelsey Clute back in the circle for the Spuds as she will face, it looks like, Maddie Nisler.
Number 2, Addie Portrait.
And it looks like it's actually Addie Potratz. And we can't seem to see a number, so we might be wrong, as we are up all the way in the press box where it's not easy to see. But what we do know is it's a 1-1 count as Clute misses the zone. Here's the 1-1. Missed the zone there. It's now 2-1. Swing and a miss. It's now 2-2. Still beautiful outside. A little cool, but a nice breeze, as that's a swing and a miss from Maddie Nisler for out number 1. And here's Matea Maltrud.
Second baseman number 4, Matea Maltrud.
And a good pitch from Clute for strike 1. Big cut and a miss. It's now 0-2 on the Lumberjacks' second baseman. And called strike 3. A good pitch from Clute. So back-to-back Ks for the Moorhead pitcher, Kelsey Clute, for out number 2.
With 2 away, the leadoff batter and catcher number 5, Beth Bolte.
Here's Beth Bolte, who has 2 walks on the game, so she's determined to be a very patient hitter, and that's going to be caught by Brewski for the third out of inning number 5. 1, 2, 3, go the Lumberjacks, as they still can't get the bats going. They're still down big, 11-1 Moorhead, as we head to the bottom of the 5th here on Spuds TV. That will do it for this contest, as it's a mercy rule. That's a mistake on my part, as it is 11-1. A big win here in Game 2 for the Spuds. They win both games. They win Game 1 3-0. They win Game 2 11-1. So a very dominant performance in both games for the Spuds varsity softball squad. Meanwhile, for the Lumberjacks, this is not the start that they were hoping for this new season. But the Spuds now are 4-2 as we await their next game, which should be in a week or 2. But for now, that'll do it for today's doubleheader here on Spuds TV, presented by Muscatel Subaru. Alongside the rest of the wonderful Spuds TV crew, I'm Thomas Fox, wishing you all